up, beautiful people of YouTube? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those that don't know me, or if this is your first time here, hey, I'm Charlotte. I'm an actress, writer, and comedian. You probably know me from the channel Inform Overload. That's my full-time job, but I'm actually an actress and I'm aspiring to be a full-time actress. Inform Overload just happens to be the day job that I go to every single day. I don't post on this personal channel very often. I wish that were different, but I just don't have the time. So if you do want to connect with me more, I would say definitely follow me on Twitter and Instagram. I'll post the links down below in the description. And obviously, like and subscribe and turn on those notifications so you never miss one of my videos. I'm taking a little bit of a break from studying lines on this wonderful Labor Day because I read a story this morning that honestly really just... So it all started when I read a story from Fox News about an actor named Jeffrey Owens. Jeffrey Owens was recently seen bagging groceries at Trader Joe's in New Jersey. This job pays you about $11 an hour. Jeffrey Owens was on The Cosby Show for like 7 years. He was also in shows like Law and Order, Always Sunny in Philadelphia, That's So Raven, a ton of stuff. So he's got actually like a pretty impressive acting resume. So despite his very impressive resume, someone recognized him bagging groceries and took a really embarrassing picture of him, you know, with like this like gross t-shirt, just like scanning a bag of potatoes for a customer, and then they sent it to a bunch of news outlets. And the news outlets were publishing stories basically making him out to be like this like has been, like look how far he's fallen sort of actor. Which feeds the narrative where if you have a side job as an artist, you're not a successful artist, or you're less than, or you're probably not good enough, or you don't work hard enough, or you're just, oh, it's so pathetic, oh, you work to pay your bills. You know, it's like that thing that people think to themselves when you're at dinner parties and you say, yeah, I'm an actor, and they go, oh, so like, what have you been in? You say, oh, you know, like I've been in a couple of commercials and I work on YouTube. Oh, but you haven't been in any movies or TV? Oh, okay, well. First of all, the idea of being a professional actor and always getting these like big breaks and a lot of money just isn't true. And also, on that note, just because you're in a movie or TV show, that doesn't mean that you're suddenly a successful actor. You could be in one movie or TV show and you won't have any lines, and that'll be your only acting credit ever. You don't have to be good to be on TV, don't forget that. So I decided to make a video today about why I decided to be a struggling artist. Although I feel like the whole idea of like struggling or like starving artists should really just like burn in a fiery depth of hell, because like it creates this sort of like stigma around acting and being an artist that somehow we aren't, you know, living our lives to the fullest, and that's just not true. Obviously, it would be so nice to get that big break that everybody dreams of and make tons of piles of money and just roll in it and just like eat it. Trust me, I want it. But until that happens, you have to work like really, really hard. You gotta get rejected like thousands of times. I think I must have heard the word no or like been rejected from like a commercial or a TV part like maybe about like 500 times by now. Sometimes you're booking work like all the time and you're so busy you don't know what to do with yourself. And then other times you just aren't. I don't know how else to explain it. And then again, it picks up again. You're like, whoa, like I'm a thriving actor again. Like, hooray, I'm so amazing. And then it stops. And you're like, my bank account is so small. So this idea that an actor is like pathetic or not good enough because they have to get a day job to support their dream, it has to end. I'll give you an example. I once had a bit of like an email fight with this guy that said that I must not be a good enough actor because I wasn't out in Vancouver, which is supposed to be like this area of Canada that's like, you know, it's really close to LA, so a lot of LA productions go up there. So because I'm not in Vancouver, to this guy, it must have meant that I'm a bad actress. And he kind of cited this video I made about how I got the job at Inform Overload, where I talk about, you know, just like my come up and the struggle and how many times I had to hear the word no and how many times I almost gave up. But instead of seeing the struggle and the triumph from that struggle, he chose to see it as I was like essentially pathetic for having to like work my way up. And I'm still working my way up, and I'm not ashamed of that. To that person, if you're watching right now, I want you to know I have more under my belt than most other actors I know. I work harder than most other actors I know. I host a YouTube channel with 1.1 million subscribers. Millions of people know my face. They know my name. They know what I look like. I write and perform 4 segments a day. I not only write the stories, I also write the jokes, and I perform. Each little video is like a mini comedy segment. And I write each story in under an hour. That is my deadline. I have less than an hour to write every single video that you see on IO. My mother is an award-winning journalist, and she's been a journalist for about 35 years. She actually just retired. And even she says that she does not know how I do my job. In addition to that, I've been casting commercials for some of the biggest brands on this planet. Starbucks, Hilton Hotels, TurboTax. And it wasn't just like some little silent on camera part. Like, I had lines. This is a big deal. I performed on off-Broadway stages. I've been taught by some of the best acting teachers in New York who have nothing but good things to say about how talented I am. So don't give me that shit about not being good enough because I'm not where you think that I should be. And don't give it to anyone else either. So why do I choose to be a struggling artist? I would rather do what I'm doing than go to a job that I absolutely hate every day. And frankly, I think I'm pretty friggin' brave. Like, this is like a brave thing to do. Knowing that all of the odds are against me, knowing that I might not make it, that is terrifying, dude. Like, that is terrifying. And still, I choose to do what I do every single day because I would rather do this than anything else. I choose to live a life where my purpose is making people laugh, making people learn, making people think about the world in a different way. Because it's important to me and I actually love it that much. I love it. Ask yourself, do you love anything that much that you're willing to struggle and be a little uncomfortable just for a little while until you finally get to where you're going? So by no means am I hating on anybody that chooses to have a desk job. If that's what makes you happy, go ahead and do it. Just personally for me, I would be extremely unhappy doing something that I wasn't put here to do. And I honestly believe that every person is put here on this planet, whether it's spiritual or not. Everybody's brains are wired in a certain way. Everybody likes certain things. And part of it is genetic and part of it is our environment that we're exposed to. But every single person has a purpose. And my purpose just happens to be acting and telling stories. Whatever you choose to do it because it makes you happy, not because it's what your parents think will make you happy, not because it's what society says that you should do. And that being said, if having a regular job allows you to pay your bills while you're trying to achieve your dream, there is no shame in that. There is no shame in an honest day's work. And back to Jeffrey Owens, you have no idea why he decided to take that job at Trader Joe's. Maybe he's tired of the business. Maybe he's just over it. Maybe he just hasn't booked in a while and he didn't really have a choice. And maybe he just wanted to be like a regular person for a little while. This business is hard. Like, I would completely understand if someone wanted to just try having some stability. I'm not at that point yet. I still really like it. Getting a job to support your dream does not make you any less talented. It doesn't mean that you don't work hard, and it doesn't mean that you aren't good enough. You are good enough. I believe in you. So go out there and achieve your dreams. Don't take no for an answer. And hit the thumbs up, subscribe, and notification bell, and I'll see you in the next video.